So welcome to my review of Octopath Traveler. We've all finally arrived at this point where the game has been released, and I've been playing it for a good week and a half, full on. And before I get started, I just want to say that there's no spoilers in this video at all. I'm just going to show up to Chapter 2 stuff, and then that is it. I'm not going to ruin anything else with the stories or some of the boss encounters going forward. And I want to say something interesting to start with. When I originally saw Octopath Traveler, and I've never talked about this online, I thought it was interesting, but I don't know why I looked at it very negatively at first. I thought, oh, I think they're just cashing in on a nostalgic look of past older games, and will there be anything of, depth and value there? I kind of went in with that idea, and I played the demo, and I was like, okay, this is pretty good. And I'm like, I'm not playing the second demo. I'm just going to play the game. And I did myself a great service because you need to play this game full on, get right balls deep into it to know what it's really about. And I can tell you, I've gone that direction. I've leveled for 6 hours at a time in certain spots in this game just to try to powerhouse through this game. And to begin with, let's just start off by saying you pick one of 8 characters. But you can't make a mistake here because I picked the warrior, so I start going on the warrior path. But all throughout the entire map are all the other characters. So you can go up and meet up with other characters, follow their story, and recruit them into your own party. You can get everybody. And then you can mix and match who you want in your party. I ended up with a party that I really enjoyed, and I really basically followed the warrior's path all throughout. But as I say, you can stop at any point, go to the other section of the map, and follow somebody else's story. This is a huge game, folks. This is not a small matter. In the week and a half I've been playing it, I've been really going at it so intensely, and there is so much to do that it's overwhelming, but it is a lot of fun. I'm gonna say that. The one thing I will say that I don't know if, people who are new to RPGs will have an easy time with this game. I find that this game is really tailored towards the old 8-bit, 16-bit era, and that is a wonderful thing, but it is tough in a lot of ways, and not tough and it's impossible, but it's got a steep learning curve, and you have to, I know this, I'm speaking to any RPG fans out there, they'll be like, of course, but remember, there's not a lot, not everybody's a big RPG fan. A lot of people will be playing this game for the first time and going, why am I getting destroyed? And you will get destroyed in this game if you do not know what you're doing. And the first thing I'm going to say is, this is the obvious thing I'm saying, always upgrade your equipment. Always try to get a full party together if you can, and continue to upgrade equipment. And here's the thing, each part of the map has, and inside that map, has a danger level. So you'll go to a section, your character's maybe like level 20, and it says danger level 45. That means you should realistically be level 45 to go in there. Don't go in there if that's the case. You'll get destroyed. I went in some dungeons, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm rocking. And it's like, do you really want to take on this boss? I'm like, yeah, I feel confident. Annihilated. Absolutely destroyed. I was like, oh, wow. So there's a real interesting thing with this game with balance and knowing where you should go and what you should do. At any given time, you can always follow your main character's storyline. And that's what I did, but that can get you into trouble as well. Try to broaden what you do. Go check out all the other characters' storylines and level up along the way as much as you can, because this, folks, is a leveling up type of game. When I started off this review, I said I was leveling in some areas for 6 hours because I needed to follow my main character's storyline. And I'm like, man, I need to level, and I had to level for 6 hours at a time. And let me say though, 75% of this game is combat, and thank God the combat is absolutely engaging and a lot of fun and very in-depth with a lot of strategy. And a lot of the strategy comes into play that all of the enemies have a vulnerability. So some are weak to sword damage, some are weak to ice damage from spellcasters. So it's how you navigate that. So some characters, it'll take like 4 times to hit them with that vulnerability to stagger them. And that's what you want to do. You want to attack the enemies to stagger them with these things that they're vulnerable to, and then unleash all of your attacks on them. So that's a lot of the strategy. You'll get really good at it after a while, going in and just finding their vulnerabilities, and you boost your own abilities as well. So say you attack with a sword, you can hit the right button and boost that attack. So you can hit double with that. So sometimes it's like, okay, maybe I'll weaken him and then unleash it, and then unleash a super on him. There's a lot of strategy here. I could go on and on and on. I've been doing, as I say, for so many hours, but it's so engaging. The combat is brilliant, and you'll never get sick of it. The one thing that's also brilliant about the game as well, we have almost 3 different battle musics and different sections of the map, which is so good. So you're not listening to the same battle music over and over and over again and wanting to commit suicide, because that stuff can really wear you down at times. But how are the storylines? They're good. There's a lot of chatter in this game. There's a lot of characters going back and forth. But for anybody who's looking for deep storylines with your characters, you're gonna find it here, and then some. I mean, it's incredible with the amount of side quests that you can do with your given characters. This game is overwhelming in a great way with all of the character storylines and how they all intertwine with each other and how you can explore them. So that is really, really good. A lot of times I was just like, okay, let's get on to the next thing, but I was still engaged in my character's overall story arc. So we gotta talk about the graphics here, and for all of the given environments in this game, they are stunning. From deserts to ice-capped mountains to forests to caverns, everything has so much detail in it, and it's new enough that it does a lot of brand new, beautiful things, but it harkens back to the old days of 8-bit, especially 16-bit RPGs, to get that nostalgia flowing. And the nostalgia flows through this, and you're running around the environments and you're like, this is really beautiful. And the map is so huge, and all of the interconnected parts that you travel through are so well designed and so beautiful that it's a true pleasure to traverse this game and to see all the new environments. And so the graphics are out of control. How is the music? The music is very, very subtle. In fact, for the first few hours of the game, in my mind, I wasn't even hearing it. And that's a compliment to the music. The music is so finely fitted to the game that it just blends into the experience so well and just carries you along on an emotional experience. And it's very, very almost soothing music at times, and it's purely fitting for each environment. Combat music is really good. It gets you pumped up, and as I said, there's a few different combat music, so you never get sick of the same combat music played too much. I got nothing but great things to say about the music. So what is the final verdict after all of this chatter? It's really good. I give this game an 8.5 out of 10. And the reason why I do is because this game is very, very unusually balanced. So if you're a new person to RPGs, you're gonna have a hard time at times. You're gonna run into places and get destroyed, and you're gonna say, why did I get destroyed? You gotta take your time, because some boss battles in this game last half an hour. They really do. This is really, it feels to me like a spiritual successor to the Saga series, as I say. It really gives me that feeling that I haven't played boss battles that lasted this long. Even regular battles last a long time. There's a lot of strategy in them. And some boss battles I was freaking out at. I was like, oh my god. You know, like I'm running out of items. Will I be able to do it? But then when you do, it's the greatest feeling of accomplishment. And I think with this game, what you need to do is take your time, level up in all the areas, explore all the different characters, and not rush through it. You rush through it, you'll rush into instant death. And I don't think you should do it that way. You should really enjoy this game, because there is a lot of hours to be spent in it, exploring all the characters, all the different lands, all of the side quests. If you've been excited for this game, it lives up to the hype and then some. My only issues are there's some balancing issues where you're going along in the maps, and it can sometimes be a little frustrating. But as I say, just take your time and you'll do really well with it. I had a great time playing this game and I highly recommend it. So anyways, guys, until next time.